Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of KYC, Know Your Crypto. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing all things related to the Flare network, including XRP, the FLR token, and the recent announcement of Songbird, which will be the canary network of Flare. You are definitely going to like this episode, so stick around until the end of the video. As always, anything that is discussed on this channel is not financial advice. Please continue to do your own research. Okay, thanks for tuning back into KYC. Today's episode is all about the Flare network. We'll discuss what exactly the Flare network is. Then we'll take a look at the recent announcement of Songbird, which is the canary network of Flare. And if you don't know what a canary network is, don't worry, as that will be explained. And lastly, we will discuss two upcoming airdrops. One will be the Spark token, which will be Flare's native token, and the second will be an airdrop for the Songbird token, which goes by the ticker SGB. Before we dive into the content, I do just want to provide a friendly reminder to please be aware of scammers at all times. Specifically for the content of this episode, please note that as of today, July 25th, 2021, the FLR and SGB tokens are not trading on any platforms. So if someone tries to sell you these tokens in any way, it is essentially a scam. So let's begin first by discussing what the Flare network and FLR Spark token actually is. So here's the TLDR version of the Flare network. TLDR stands for too long, didn't read. Flare is a distributed network with some unique properties. It can be used to create two-way bridges between networks such as Ethereum and the XRP ledger. This means that it allows the XRP token to be used with smart contracts. Spark token is the native token of Flare. A portion of the supply is airdropped to XRP holders, including those on Binance. All you have to do is hold your XRP on Binance and you can get your share of the airdropped tokens. We're just going to pause for a minute as there's a few things to unpack from that explanation. First of all, one of the major complaints and criticisms by XRP holders is the lack of utility at the moment for XRP. And that will certainly change once the Flare network launches in Q4 of this year. The second important note from the TLDR explanation of the Flare network is that the airdrop snapshot of the Spark token was already taken on December 12th in 2020. So unfortunately, if you're new to crypto and joined the space in January 2021 or later, you will not be eligible to receive the airdrop, but we'll discuss more about the airdrops a bit later in this episode. Here's a bit more helpful information on understanding the Flare network. It is a distributed network that integrates the Ethereum Virtual Machine or EVM. The EVM basically converts smart contracts into instructions that computers can read. This enables the network to run Turing-complete smart contracts. Turing completeness means that it can run virtually any computational task as long as there is enough memory to run it. This means it can combine some powerful properties to create an ecosystem of decentralized applications. In short, Flare aims to be a way to scale smart contract networks. XRP holders were certainly thrilled when Flare made the announcement of their network, as it obviously provides more utility for XRP. This is what the Flare network aims to solve by introducing support for smart contract capability for the XRP token. Spark is the native token of this network, and a portion of its supply is airdropped to eligible XRP holders. How can you get your hands on it? Let's read on, and in this case, for this episode, I will share more about the airdrops. But first, let's discuss Songbird. As mentioned earlier, Songbird is the canary network of Flare. We are excited to release our updated plans on the development and launch of Flare. At Flare, we have been conducting extensive testing of the network and the various core Flare protocols that are intended to provide utility. Our testing has now reached a point with many elements where a little more can be understood from further testing on an isolated test network. We will now progress to live testing on an operational blockchain in an adversarial environment. In the next 6 weeks, we will be releasing a canary network for Flare called Songbird. And if you're wondering what a canary network is, the Flare network provided a great and simple explanation. A canary network is an operational blockchain with a defined and hence scarce token supply that is intended to be used to test features for a related mainnet. On a canary network, users have a balance that cannot just be replenished at will. This is in contrast to a testnet, which generally has an unlimited token supply available in increments to any user through a faucet. The defined and scarce token supply may confer value to the token, potentially making it attractive to attackers such that testing is as real as it can possibly get. This allows for the hardening of the system under testing. Polkadot is the originator of the canary network concept with their Kusama network. And here's a quick look at Kusama and its KSM token. There is a limited supply of 10 million tokens, and just one KSM today is worth $180. And look at the difference between the all-time high and all-time low. When Kusama launched in January of 2020, it was only worth 87 cents, and it reached an all-time high back in May before the major crash of over $620. Songbird, of course, will have its own token as we've been describing, which is the SGB token, which will be distributed only once and in the same ratio to all the same recipients of the FLR distribution. Total starting supply will be 15 billion with initial inflation of 10% per annum through the FTSO and validated reward system. This means for every 1 XRP that was held at the time of the snapshot, 0.15 SGB will be allocated. There will be no predefined minting rewards pool. Instead, that supply will remain with the Flare Foundation. If you claimed FLR through self-custody, you will use the same Ethereum style address but with a different chain ID to access Songbird. If you claimed your FLR through an exchange, they will receive SGB on your behalf. You will need to ask them to distribute it to you. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Earlier in the episode, I said that the FLR token hadn't been released yet, and the truth is, it has not been. However, there is at least one exchange that I know of that will allow people to trade FLR as an IOU. So essentially, some people have already started trading a synthetic version of their FLR. So now let's get into the exciting stuff, which is the upcoming airdrops for FLR and SGB. One of the most common questions as an XRP holder I had, of course, when the snapshot was taken back in December was, when will I receive my Spark tokens? And initially the answer was that it would be released when the Flare network goes live, which is true. However, there was an expectation that Flare would go live in the first half of 2021. However, we are now in July of 2021, which is the second half of this year. Now we've been given an update from the Flare network, essentially when they launched Songbird, saying that Flare will launch after substantial testing of all systems on Songbird, with the current final security audit scheduled to finish at the end of September. Now, whether or not you've been in crypto for months or years, you'll definitely already know that developers reaching their intended deadlines on time is something you rarely see. If the security audit for Flare is expected to finish by the end of September, you can expect delays in the audit itself. As well, once the audit is complete, Flare may have to correct several minor issues. Therefore, my prediction for the launch of the Flare network is the end of October or early November of 2021, which still maintains a Q4 2021 launch for Flare. As far as the two airdrops for XRP holders are concerned, let's take a look at a bit of a recap of the snapshot in December and what people can expect coming up. The snapshot was taken on several exchanges on December 12th, 2020. When the Flare network launches, XRP holders will receive one Flare token for every 1 XRP they held as of December 12th. Very simply, if you had 1,000 XRP at the time of the snapshot, you're getting 1,000 FLR tokens. The second airdrop for Songbird is a little different. For every 1 XRP held, you'll get 0.1511 Songbird tokens. So in that same example, if you held 1,000 XRP tokens at the time of the snapshot, you will be getting 151 SGB tokens. That about does it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about XRP, the Flare network, and Songbird. I must admit that I'm very bullish on each of these three projects. I do think Ripple will come out of the SEC lawsuit a winner in some way, shape, or form. At this point, a settlement would be considered a major victory, not just for Ripple, but for the crypto space as a whole. I'll be back very soon with another episode. If you like this content and want to see more, please like and subscribe. Thanks, and I'll see ya in the next video.